Hi. So I grossly miscalculated how many cranberries I would need for Christmas dinner this year. So this bag has just been taking up space in my freezer ever since, and I am dying for excuses to get rid of it and move on with my life. So I stumbled upon a recipe for cranberry cheesecake overnight oats, and I thought, let me try that. Let me put my own spin on it, make it mostly vegan, and we'll see how we do. It's going to be 3 different layers, but each layer is relatively simple, and it's going to have a little special surprise topping on top. So I'm about to make the cranberry component, but I already did the overnight oats piece. I let it soak overnight. So let's run through how I did that really quickly first. Also, big news. Is it messy behind me? A little bit. I made a new apron. Is this fun? I thought it was fun.
Of course, old-fashioned rolled oats are the first thing we need. Shout out to Bob and his adorable little blue hat. Bold to put your headshot on every single product you sell. We need 2 cups of the old-fashioned rolled oats, and you'll want to use a pretty large bowl for this because the mixture will expand slightly in the fridge overnight. Next, we need 2 1/4 cups almond milk. Well, I'm using almond milk because that's my preference, but you can use whatever milk you like. Choose your own adventure. Anything works. Next up is yogurt. I really like this Coco June pure coconut yogurt. I've been buying this a lot lately. It is also excellent with granola or in a smoothie, but again, use whatever yogurt you want. We need 1/2 cup of yogurt. Next, super simple, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. And if you thought we were done with Bob, wrong. We also need chia seeds, and of course Bob's got his mug on there. Add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Next, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, although I probably could have added a full teaspoon, so use your best judgment. And finally, 1/4 teaspoon salt. And then I'm just going to mix well to combine, scraping down the sides as I go, making sure all of the oats are evenly coated. I would also like to mention that I do have some slight regret about not adding a scoop of protein powder to these overnight oats. It feels like a missed opportunity, and I probably will next time. And that's it. Now we're ready to cover this up and refrigerate it overnight, or for at least 12 hours.
And now it's the next day, and we're ready to make the cranberry component, which is essentially just going to be like a sweet cranberry sauce. So, in a small saucepan, we are going to combine 2 cups of cranberries, 1/3 cup of orange juice, 1½ tablespoons of sugar, 1/8 teaspoon ground ginger, and lastly, about a teaspoon of orange zest. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And I'm just gonna take this guy and go to town. See how we're doing? A little bit more. Nobody's gonna be mad at extra orange zest. Also, it smells amazing. All right. Just tap it on there and most of it comes off. Easy peasy. Easy peasy orange zest squeezy. Now I'm going to turn the heat on medium high. I'm going to give this a stir, and the goal is to bring it up to a boil. And I'm just stirring occasionally while we get this baby boiling. Okay, we are boiling. So I'm going to reduce the heat to low and let this simmer, stirring occasionally until most of the cranberries burst and the mixture thickens up. It should take about 10 minutes, hopefully. We're getting close. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. The mixture has thickened up. Most of our cranberries have popped. Now we've got this nice jammy texture happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the heat, remove this from the heat, and we need to let it cool to room temperature, which should take about an hour. The thing is, this is not an instant gratification recipe, unfortunately, but hopefully she's worth it. Instant gratification is normally what I gravitate towards, but we're trying something new today because two things. Number one, I've gotten in a bad habit of skipping breakfast all the time, and it's not really doing me any favors. Lately, I've been eating breakfast. I have way more energy throughout the day. Go figure. So I need to explore new and exciting breakfast options for myself for that reason. And number two, I've been interested in overnight oats for like years. I like the concept of making it ahead of time and then just having it ready at breakfast time, but I just felt scared to take the plunge. I don't know what it is, but you know what? I think I'm ready. I was like, maybe I could be that girl. Maybe I could be the overnight oats girl. But while our cranberry jam is cooling, we can make the cream cheese component, the cheesecake piece of this cranberry cheesecake overnight oats recipe. This step is also going to be very simple. So it's 3 steps, but they're all pretty simple. And because I said I was going to keep this mostly vegan, I'm going to use this Daiya cream cheese as the base of the cream cheese filling. And we need 3/4 a cup of cream cheese. This package is 8 ounces, a cup is 8 ounces. So I'm just gonna use most of the package. I'm not really gonna measure it. That works for me. Next, we need 1.5 tablespoons of milk. I'm going to use almond milk again. Next, and this is the piece that makes this recipe not 100% vegan, but like 96% vegan, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of honey. Let's make it a hefty teaspoon. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Woo! Go a little lighter on this second one. And now I'm just going to mix this with my rubber spatula until it is fully combined. You might have to do some mashing, and I am going to try to work out most of these little lumps and bumps. That looks pretty good to me. Let's set this aside for the moment. And in the spirit of getting rid of things that are just taking up space in my kitchen, I bought these mini Nilla wafers forever ago with the intention of making homemade banana pudding. I was on a real banana pudding kick for a while. It was serious. But I never did that. So I'd love to use these. They did expire. Well, best by. They were best by May 15th, 2025. So that was, you know, it's early 2026. So we're not a full year behind, just a half a year. I guess we'll taste one to make sure they're okay. They still smell delicious. Totally fine. Sure, were they fresher at a different point in time? Probably. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is take a plastic baggie and I'm going to throw some Nilla wafers in there. I'm gonna use a bunch because I can always save what I don't use now for later. We must seal it up. And then I'm just gonna mash the hell out of it. Oh, there was a breach. And this is going to be our topping. We're ready to assemble. Okay, and in my little mason jar, I'm going to do a layer of cranberries. Here's how our oats look the next day, by the way. Then a layer of oats. I'm gonna do a slightly thicker layer of oats. And then a nice thin layer of cream cheese. Try to spread that around a little bit. Turn so you can see the layers a little better. Another layer of cranberry. Another layer of oats. And some more cream cheese. I would never do this if I was just making this for myself, but since you're here, I am trying to impress you. And finally, the Nilla wafer crumble topping. I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself. And as you can see, I still have a bunch of everything left over, so I can either refrigerate these separately and assemble whenever the mood strikes, or you can make a bunch of them ahead of time in little jars and just have them in the fridge ready to go. But I would wait if you're going to add a Nilla wafer topping, or you could do a graham cracker crumble topping. I kept saying graham crapper when I was trying to say that. I finally got it out. Graham cracker crumble topping. I would wait to add that on until you're ready to eat if you're gonna make these ahead of time, because it'll get soggy. Now let's take a bite. I'm gonna try to get deep in there. Get a nice sampling of all the layers. It might be a little crazy, but look at that. Ooh, okay. You know what? I would maybe add a little more honey next time. I think it could just use a hint more sweetness. Other than that, delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'm just gonna wake up every day with a pep in my step now. Please let me know your thoughts on overnight oats in the comments. Are we all doing this now? Or is it too much work?